Hey everyone, a message for men. Okay, we're going to do a little video for Valentine's Day for men so that we can learn how to show up in a respectful way, especially towards women, or if you date the same sex, that's fine too, but for your partner in general. Okay, I feel there's a lot of, negativity towards men, and there is women too, but this is just for men. There's just a lot of negativity towards men, and, sometimes we're always calling them out, as women. So instead of calling you guys out today, I thought I would help give you guys some insight, some shifting your perspective, and showing up in a very, in a way that's the best version of yourself, and like being conscious of that. Okay. So I know a lot of people, they're always looking for love, or they want that perfect person in their life. We don't want to search on the outside for love, because that love comes within us. I teach this in my other videos, but love, your source of love is from within you. So you don't have to depend on a woman for that. You don't have to depend on her to help build you up, because you are going to figure out how to build yourself up. You're going to figure out your own confidence and your own self-worth, because the only thing that matters is what you think. It's not what she thinks. Okay. So just so I can let you know, here's what I think when I look at a man. Okay. Like if they approach me, since I'm an energy reader. Okay. So I'm always looking for, are you confident? Do you see who you are? What level are you on? And I'm not looking for perfect. Okay. Someone like me, I'm very genuine. So I am looking for someone who is very genuine back. Okay. And if you're not genuine, or you're kind of, in an ornery level, ornery lifestyle, a little wild, that's okay too. Just try to shift into that genuine perspective and those genuine energies, because once you get out of that, learning phase, I call it, the playground of learning all the craziness about different types of people and dating and all that, you might one day want to shift into wanting a genuine relationship. And if you do want a genuine relationship and you're struggling with that, manifesting it or aligning with that, it's okay. This is why this is important, just to kind of be conscious of where you're at. Okay. So that's what I'm reading, and I'm reading like how you're dressed. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for alignment. Okay. I want to know, whatever you're telling me, does it align with your actions? You can say that you're confident, and you can pretend to be confident, but are you truly confident? And that's what people find out, is a lot of people are like, well, they were one way for 6 months, and then they fell off, their mask fell off, and then they, went off. That's okay. Sometimes we're not perfect. People, especially me, I don't expect you guys to show up perfect. I expect you to show up vulnerable, like accountable. So true people that are genuine, these people do exist. These women do exist. We're not looking for money. We're not looking for what you have. People will approach me with all their material stuff, and I think it's ridiculous. I'm not looking at that at all. I'm honestly checking out your mindset, and that is just reading your energy, just like I said. So that's my first thing, is I'm always cued in and focused on their mindset. Are they respectful? Are they showing up in a respectful way? I'm not trying to be rude, but there's a lot of people that don't, even towards me. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. I'm not mad, or I don't take it to heart. It's not a big deal, because it teaches me and makes sure that I'm showing up respectful too. So if you have that, like in your life, like even your past relationships, if they were disrespectful, don't be disrespectful too. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't like that. So those are the lessons that you want to learn from your past. What did you not like? And self-reflect. How do you show up better as a person? Show up respectful, okay? You don't have to be the most intelligent person in the room, with the mindset, but show up in a respectful way. If you respect yourself, I'm going to know that you take care of your body, you take care of your mind in whatever way you do it. You just take care of yourself. It's self-care. And I had to learn this over the years. So you're going to want to look for that for women too. But that's what we're looking for, the genuine women. In my perspective, for me, okay, I can't talk for all of them, but in my perspective, we're looking for you to show up just accountable and with action and in a genuine way. I don't care if you're perfect or you say a good thing, a perfect thing, or you say something, it has to be right all the way, or you know what I mean? Or if we disagree with something, that's all right. Disagreements help you grow and evolve. What we want to refrain from is not expressing ourselves. Expression for a man, this is the big message for this video, is so important because men have to deal with pride, okay? And pride really holds men back. So drop the pride because it's very unattractive. And true pride, real pride, is when you do take care of yourself, when you do walk the walk and your actions and your words align. You're honest. Like whatever you say, you do. Okay? So show up in an honest way and be honest. Like if you don't like that person, just tell them, hey, you're not my vibe. Okay? So hopefully this is giving you some insight and uplifting and some, just shifting your perspective, because some of us have been in so many toxic relationships. We might have absorbed those toxic traits in a different way, in a different form, and we aren't even conscious of it. Okay. So that's why I wanted to make this video for specifically men, so that you can show up and be conscious. Oh, am I being respectful for myself? Because I want a respectful person. Well, I got to show up and learn how to be respectful. Am I being loyal to myself? Do I follow myself, or am I a follower and I follow the crowd? Do I listen to myself? Am I my own leader? Am I confident? Am I in alignment with my true self? Because I want a person that is high level. I want her to be in alignment. I want her to be in true love, or him, whatever your partner. I want them to be in that vibration. So you have to be in that vibration too. You can't keep complaining about your past, because that complaining, that energy is just as bad as whatever your past was doing. You know what I mean? Well, my past betrayed me, and okay, but you're in an energy that's complaining and it doesn't feel good either. So do you understand? It's like they call it hypocrisy. So we don't want to be a hypocrite. We want to say, no, I let that go. I've healed. I've transformed from my past. I understand that those relationships were toxic. It was a teacher. And if you don't know that, watch my other videos. Our past relationships are teachers. So we don't want to take and absorb those into our next, in our next phase of our life, in our next relationship, right? Okay, so when you show up for a woman, okay, just show up in a very genuine way. You don't have to be over-expressive, and you don't have to, hold back because you're scared. Try to find that balance, but take your time, okay? Show up in a genuine way, and you'll be surprised what and who you align with, okay? And then you might figure out life is a lot more better with dating than you realized, okay? So all those other people that you were dating, there just wasn't for you. They were teaching you. Be better now, though, and show up better so that you can align with an amazing woman. There are amazing women out there. It's rare, but it's rare for men too. It's rare. And that's why if we start spreading good energy and, shifting our mindsets about men and women and like relationships, and look at it as a teacher, and everybody's on different levels, and they have to learn what it feels like to be a cheater, to be a liar, to be a really bad person. And then you have to know what it's like to be cheated on, to be lied to be betrayed. Does this make sense? You have to know, because we don't get to have those feelings up in spirit world, up in spirit when we transition, whatever you believe in. So that's why we get to experience all those feelings down here, but you got to shift. You don't take that with you. It's just an experience you're learning from, like a student. You're like, oh, okay, I learned that. what it feels like to be lied to. So I want to make sure I always show up and tell the truth. If I say something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to just say something because I just want to say something. If I tell her she's beautiful, or him, she's beautiful. And I really mean that. Okay? If someone comes at me with a physical approach, I just read it immediately, because I'm on a high level. So and I had to learn this too. So I've had hiccups. I've had to fall down. I've had failures. I've been with people that I wasn't supposed to, even if it wasn't like, talking to them for a very short term. But when they come at me physically, it's so unattractive. Okay. I don't like it. If they have a relationship, it's disgusting. Okay. My stomach just wants to throw up. If someone hits on me when they're in a relationship because they're miserable, but they want to be with someone like me, okay, that is so gross. Like, you need to take care of your stuff. So maybe not be in that relationship, transform and be in alignment with who you would like to be with. I could be an example, but that doesn't mean you're on my level. And I'm not, it's not that I'm rejecting people. I would literally shock your nervous system if you were with me. The person that I was with last year, I hung out with him for, it was several months. He was like, oh, I prayed to God for, a really great woman. And I really think God sent me you. And, we had a really great relationship. It was awesome. And he showed up in a really great way at first. And he was very, action oriented. And he really showed up with what he, said and did at the beginning. But when stuff started, getting hard, it's, like he left, and it was a big betrayal. That's what it felt like. He betrayed me, because I honestly think that, people like me were on such a high level that it is very hard to keep up with us, because I just keep growing and upgrading. So I'm not like mad at him. And that's just what the feeling it gave me is he just like left when it got hard. And I was just having a rough, I think I was just having like a rough stage at that time with my business and my destiny, because it's really hard. If you want to be with, a top level person, especially someone with a big destiny, our days, sometimes they're not always great. Some days I have really hard days, and that's okay. And so does other women though, or your partner. So does other partners. Okay. Everybody has hard days, but are you going to show up and be there for them during those hard days? Or are you going to leave when it gets hard? So I understood that like my destiny was way too big for him, and maybe he just wasn't ready for that level. And I'm not upset, and I'm okay that he walked away. I'm okay that we're not together anymore, because it might have hurt him more. I might have been shocking his system because I'm so like high speed. So what I'm saying is you don't want to be with a high speed person if you're not there yet, because it'll just feel really, really heavy. Okay. So it's okay to want someone that's really amazing, but you want to transform. You want to make sure that you know your self-worth. You don't have to know exactly where you're going, but know your self-worth and know that you're, in alignment, and you're a powerful creator. That's what I'm looking at. Are you in alignment, and you know that basically like we're in a simulation? Like, do you think bigger? Do you think higher? That's the type of level I'm on. You don't have to necessarily be on that. People like me, we don't mind if you have to grow. That's okay. But just be careful what you ask for, because you want to be on that level in alignment. That's all I'm saying, because it'll hurt either both. Okay. And that's why usually if you date someone, if you look at in your past, you're like, oh yeah, we were on different levels. That's why it always kind of trickles off. It's just teachers. They're just teachers. It's not a big deal. And I really loved my experience. All my stepping stones, I really love. So love yours back. Okay. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just they didn't work out for a reason. Okay. But show up. When you tell somebody that you're going to show up, especially as a man, show up. You have to wear the pants. Okay. As a man. Unless you're the feminine, like in a different relationship. Okay. So, but if you are the man and you are wanting a feminine woman, okay? You have to wear the pants. So if you want to drive the car and know how to drive the car. If you're going to tell her you're going to drive the car. Okay? Because that's what women, you know what I mean? Like women, we still want to be in our feminine energy. We do have to balance, all of us, our masculine and feminine energies, but we still want to be able to allow that other person to be in their dominant energy. Does that make sense? With the balance. That's why for men, it's important that you express yourself. If you really, really love someone and you have a feeling they love you back and you think it's true love, tell her. You're the man. You gotta go tell her. Girls don't chase. That's a man's, it's not, we don't want you to chase. That's not what we want. We just want you to show up. We want you to show up and be honest. Tell us, how you feel. Because most of the time, a lot of men make, and I don't know if this is for, a lot of women, but a lot of men in my life, they weren't ready for that expression or for me to express, what I was feeling. And that's why I would just I'm not going to express it until that they're ready, and vice versa. Always express in balance, and if you feel like it's right, but don't hold it back. Go for what you want. Go for who you want. Just make sure you're walking the walk and you've transformed. Like, if you want a respectful person, you got to be a respectful person. So if you come at me and you're like, oh, you're so awesome, you're so respectful and loyal, and I love your life, and I want to be with you. Okay, I'm looking at you like, are you like that though? And I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to tell you I'm perfect. I'm not perfect, but I am very loyal to myself and I'm very free. So most people want that type of relationship. They just don't know how to ask for it. Okay? I'm not looking for marriage. I don't want to look for someone to hold me down. I don't want to look for someone that I need. I want it to become in a complete balance, and that we just show up together and we just kind of flow together. And, like my weaknesses, they make up for, vice versa. He does. Okay? So I know that's what you're looking for. Most people are, but they're just not conscious of how you're showing up, of your mindset. And if you hear from someone like me, hopefully this will help shift your perspective on how you're showing up. You show up in the best version of yourself. If you're with someone else and you don't want to be with them, don't go for someone else. You need to let go of your past. You don't need security blankets. You're not a baby. You don't need a pacifier. You don't need 10 women on the side. If you really want a true, genuine relationship, you can't have all that. Okay? If someone comes at me and I'm just telling you, if they have people on the side, I can feel it. I will know it. And my intuition is screaming. So if you want to be with a high-level person, especially someone I'm connected to my abilities, my intuition is screaming at me. And I will dream about it. If they're lying, cheating, it's pretty extreme. In my past, a lot of us are like this. In our past, I didn't listen to myself. I just went with my heart instead of my intuition sometimes, and it burnt me. That's probably why you got burnt too. It's not bad. Next time, listen to your intuition. You got to make sure your heart and intuition is in alignment. Okay? That's what you're working on. But you're not a bad person if you're showing up in those, in a low vibration way. It's just now shift that perspective. No, I want to shift and actually show up in a respectful way. Do I respect myself? Am I confident? Stand up tall. If you don't stand up tall and you're leaning forward, I'm going to know exactly you're not a confident person. I'm looking at your body language. It's a thing. I'm looking at your clothes. I made a comment. No, there's no offense to this, okay? This is just funny. This is just my vibe. I have my own vibe just like you guys do, okay? Not everybody's going to think I'm attractive, and I know that. My clothes I have a different style too. But anyways, so when I look at a man and he has Crocs on, my instant thing is his mindset is still in a childlike mindset. And it's good to be childlike. It's just I know he's not in that manly manhood. He's not masculine. Okay, I know he's not going to be able to walk the walk. Someone in Crocs. That's just how I can read energy. Okay, and there's so much love for everybody that wears Crocs. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. I'm just saying it's just not for me. It's not on my level, and it tells me where their level is. What they wear tells me everything. Okay, I'm not judging. It's just something that I've learned, and you learn too. Be a good student from your past, but don't absorb it and take it with you. Let all that go and be like, oh my gosh, that was teaching me. I do need to show up like a good version of myself. I've been kind of, vibrating low and thinking in a lower perspective about a lot of things. Okay. And if you are in that, physical state that you just want physical stuff and that's all you desire and you just want attention, that's okay. This video isn't for you. And if it is, you might want to shift, or you're learning how to shift. That's okay. There's no judgment at all. I want you all to fully enjoy whatever level you are on. I apologize. I want you all to fully enjoy whatever level that you're on. I just want to make sure that there is some love and light for you as a man, for your masculine energy to kind of start mastering it and really being conscious of how you're showing up for a woman, for your partner. And there's a lot of men, you guys might not have had moms. You might not have that motherly guidance in your life. That's okay. We just got to learn. We got to learn to shift and step into some of that feminine energy, which is love. I love a loving guy. It's just amazing, okay? I love someone who's lovey and playful and fun and exciting, but who can be serious too. If I'm freaking out about my destiny, I just need you to hold me. I don't need you to give me answers. I have all the answers by myself. I'm connected and aligned. I just need you to be there, even when I'm freaking out, okay? So people like me, we're not perfect. I have my days too. Most of the time I'm in a pretty good, vibe, but like my destiny's super hard. I don't know from day to day what's going to happen. So sometimes that's nerve-wracking, okay? Just to kind of give you an insight of, looking at someone like on my level. And other women, they, who are genuine, that's what they're looking for too. Like, don't send us pictures of this area down here. No one wants to see that. We don't want to see any of that. It's fun and it's passionate to play, but we don't want to see all of this. You know what I mean? We don't want to see this. Like, stop sending women that. I don't know why guys do that. They do it all the time to me, and I don't even know them. Yeah, it's weird. So just putting that out there. Women don't want to see this, okay, on a picture. We want to see it in person, and we want to know what's going on then. And maybe your partner, if it's not a woman, your other partner, if it's a guy, they might be thinking the same thing too. Okay, so just insight, none of that is attractive. And that's the same thing as I'm reading their energy when they approach me like that. I understand that they're coming at me as it's physical, like it's just for my body. They just see the physical, and I am a deep person. I am past that. I don't really look at the physical. So when I'm looking at your body, yes, I want you to be healthy and stuff, but I'm not judging you on your physical. I'm really judging your energy and your mindset, how you show up, how you are. Some of the things that they, say or do, I would never do those things. So I know that I shouldn't ever put my energy in I shouldn't exchange energy with that person. Same thing for you. If that woman is not showing up the way that you want, or it's not in alignment of where you're going, don't get into that energy. Because now you have this insight. You're like, oh my gosh, there's women that are genuine out there that really want something real, that, they are in alignment with their higher self. They do show up and they are top level, but you have to be that way too if you want somebody like that. Okay? So make sure you're taking care of your stuff and you're accountable and honest. Okay? No woman like me wants someone, even if you just broke up with a person. I don't want that baggage. It takes a very long time to transmute that energy. You can't just go from relationship to relationship. It's not possible. You will be manifesting the same type. And I know this from experience. I'm almost 40 years old. You have to take years, not necessarily years, but you have to take a lot of time to heal and transform and transmute that energy out of you, or you're going to put that on your other person. And I can feel that. So some people hit on me, just got out of a relationship. This is my face. I'm like, okay. Or if they're in a relationship, Okay, it's a no. I don't care if you're married, any of that. That is disgusting to me. Okay, so just giving you an insight, because this is happening all the time. All of these things are happening. So if we look at our actions differently, we might manifest our dream girl, our dream partner, is what I'm getting at, right? What else? What else advice? If you have a date for Valentine's Day, go get her or him, but go get her, okay? Go get the person that you want, that you love. Express yourself. You're the man. You got to be the go-getter and wear the pants. And then she'll flow right into you if it's meant to be, okay? The person's just going to flow right with you. So enjoy your love life. Enjoy your heart space. If you're ready to go for someone, and you actually are transformed, you've been doing the work, and you're like, no, I am showing up respectful. All these things that she's saying, I am showing up pretty good. I am loyal. I am respectful. I am ready for someone like that. Now you have to use discernment and use your intuition. If your heart and your body beats for that person, I'm going to tell you there's a connection there. Okay, you can explore it if you want. It's up to you. But those connections are very rare. Like love at first sight, those rare connections, I'm 40, they hardly ever happen. And every time something rare has happened, it's been different. It's just a different type. It's literally only been a couple times. So those connections are very rare, just so you know, if you don't know them. And a lot of people are settling so they don't get to experience that top level love, but it does exist. This is what I want you to know from this message too. Not only is it important for men to start expressing themselves and dropping their pride, women don't care about that, and we can smell it. Not only can we smell cheaters and people who have to have a lot of people on the side or attention, people who are, into the physical, but we can that too, okay? So you want to make sure that you are showing up with true pride, because we can smell if it's fake pride, is what I'm saying. And I say that because my senses, it's like I sense everything. My senses are so heightened with what level I'm on, okay? Because when you transform and you just keep leveling up into the best version of being a human, okay? But you start connecting to higher frequencies, and then your abilities, your natural abilities that you came in here with, that you're supposed to be able to have access to, we just never been taught, and we've always ignored. Men have intuition too. Everybody has intuition. Whether you listen to it, it's up to you. Are you listening? It's telling you who your person is. Are you listening? Are you expressing that to her? Are you showing up? Don't be scared. There is a woman there with the biggest heart that will love you back just the way that you love, if your heart's open. But if your heart's closed because you're mad at your past, or you had a heartbreak from your past, you're not going to show up with her, because I'm going to feel that. My heart's so full and open. I can't have it people holding back. I can feel that. I can feel the fear. I can feel all that stuff. And you guys got to get rid of that. If you need some help with heartbreak, I have a video too. So check out my other videos on my YouTube to help with this. But release all that and show up with that full heart. That's meaning. So just check it. You'll know if you're transformed and ready. Make sure that heart's flowing and it's open big. Yes, there's a person like that, but you can't align with that if you're in the lower vibration. If you're complaining and why did this happen to me? Why am I alone? That energy is really gross and bad. I had to learn this too. There's no judgment. Okay, we all are on these levels, and we all have to learn all these lessons to understand and evolve as a soul. There's no judgment. But if you step back and not absorb it, and you become a good student, you're going to live a full life. And the best experience, I'm going to tell you, is love. It's the only thing that matters down here. So why would you not want to open up that heart? Why would you not want to be genuine and pure and show up and have that love experience? It doesn't have to be forever. It might be for 2 years. It might be for 2 weeks. I don't know. It might be the best 2 weeks of your life. But it doesn't have to be forever. Just fall in love. Be in love with life. and be in love as long as it lasts. Everything's temporary down here. That's just life. So when you meet that person and that person's rare, you better show up, because that stuff it doesn't just come all the time. That's a blessing. And a lot of people are missing their blessings, or they will fumble their blessing. They want someone that's amazing. They'll fumble it because they weren't willing to be vulnerable. They weren't willing to show up. They weren't willing to express themselves and to be truthful. So be vulnerable, be truthful. That's what I think is attractive. Okay? Being at my level, I think your expression, being vulnerable, just being human and being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I acted like that. I should have showed up. I should have expressed myself better. Just being like so open, so attractive, okay? Someone who has, just takes care of themselves and shows up and is ready to love, and there's no fear. That is so attractive. So drop all that fear. That's unattractive. And you may not even be conscious that you're doing it. So it's important that you are conscious, you do some self-reflection after this video and say, okay, am I showing up the way that I'm supposed to? Am I showing up the best way that I can? What can I do to improve? What do I need to let go of? I might be showing up pretty good in these areas, but I need to, make sure that I've let go this. It might just be like something small. It doesn't matter. It just matters that you are being accountable and conscious. That's what's sexy, okay? That's what's attractive. Not the physical. A real genuine woman like me, I don't care about your material stuff. I don't care about your money. I don't want your money. I want to be able to ride my own bicycle in my own life so that I'm not putting weight on anybody else. Okay? My life isn't perfect. And, there's things I'm still working on too, but and that's why, my destiny is really, really hard, but that person has to be strong enough to handle that, because I'm strong enough to handle that weight, but they got to be able to handle their weight, handle their own life, and just, show up in a really strong way if I do get out of balance sometimes. Okay. And the same thing goes for me. I would show up for them when they're out of balance. I would love with my whole heart. I would go above and beyond for him. If he was honest, if he was showing up the way that he was telling me that he was showing up. So I can see in that person's eyes when they tell me that they love me, I can tell you if it's true or not. I can tell you if they love me or not. And I can see pure love in someone's eyes, and I can see it's just like a physical thing, or they need something from me. It'd just be cool to be with somebody like me. Well, that's not very exciting. Like, I want a connection, and that's what you're looking for too, is an actual, real, raw connection, that someone's connected for you. Okay? We all have those people, those souls. Don't give up. Find the love that you want. Or you don't have to find it, but just become in alignment, and it's just going to show up. Okay? The universe works miracles, maneuvers and orchestrates everything for you to put that not perfect, but that person that you want to experience a top level love experience with in your life. Most people are looking for that. They're looking for love on the outside, but what they're really looking for is that balanced person, that person that can show up in a full state of love so that they don't have to constantly love them. If you're constantly pouring, gaslight, they call it gaslighting, and, just constant love bombing, whatever. But if you're constantly too lovey or too much, that you probably need some healing. They might be insecure. I don't know. Okay. They have to figure that out, because I'm not like that. I don't need that attention. In fact, I'm in my own little world. I don't want to talk to someone all the time because I got my own stuff going on. I need my person comfortable in his own world and his own thing and doing his own thing. I don't need him around me all the time. I need my space too, and I need to be free. So if that's the love that you're looking for, it does exist. people are in those states. They are in a place of wanting full, unconditional love, but it's free and it's peaceful. Okay? You got this. Maybe I'll make another video if you guys like this, or if it's a good video for you guys. Put in the comments what you think so you can give me some feedback and I can help guide you in other future videos as well. I'm sending all of you men so much love and light. Be in your heart space, especially for Valentine's Day. But this is your learning and your lesson and your guidance, your earth guidance for this Valentine's Day. I hope you really, really loved it. But open up that heart, don't close it, and transform. Just show up as the best version of yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one wants to hang out with someone that's perfect. That's terribly boring. Okay? Yes, that's what I think. I don't want to hang out with someone perfect. I don't get along with perfect. Like if someone's trying to pretend to be perfect, I don't like that. That's not pure to me. That's not genuine. I want you to show up in your human self and just be you. Okay? So that's the message. Express, be you, and keep that heart open. I'll see you next time.